Hello everybody, Jim JEDsBlog, AM 1230, WJOB. I'm the morning host, and another 4 hours of radio again here on a Monday. And of course, again, it's snowing and we have some really bad weather. I'll get to that in just a second. But it's President's Day, so a lot of the people that work in banks, exchanges, that kind of thing, they weren't on the roadways. But there's been so many snow days that a lot of the kids were in school, so kind of a weird day. There actually were quite a few listeners and so forth. We had one woman, Chris, say that a train had stopped across Calumet Avenue and Indianapolis Boulevard. She was trying to take her kid to Clark High School, and was quite the excursion to go all the way around, and it took her about a 40-minute delay. A lot of people calling in with that delay. Also, we got to thank Mean Bob. Mean Bob showed up this morning, and you're not going to believe this. There's this running thing. Mean Bob doesn't really like what Dave Kuziak has to say here on the air. And one of the things Kuziak was saying was during the storms that everybody should put a few granola bars and extra water in their cars just in case they get stranded. And he said it quite a few times. And Mean Bob poked fun at it. Kuziak got mad, and Bob got mad. And next thing you know, Bob's nice wife, beautiful wife, she makes Mean Bob's emergency granola bar. She's kind of poking fun at Kuziak. She's kind of poking fun at her own husband, and everybody wins because I've got about a dozen of these bags of amazing granola. I've already eaten one of those, so lay off of that. Hey, some serious stuff going on last night in Hammond. A cop shot a guy after a domestic abuse or domestic situation, and that is always very serious. I happen to have Hammond Police Chief Brian Miller in the studios this morning, and he had this to say.
8:51 p.m. last night, police and fire were dispatched to 6600 block of Ohio. There was a domestic disturbance, and a woman had been stabbed in the face. Upon arrival, the officers were, actually the ambulance people and fire truck were first met by the suspect in the street. He was brandishing knives. The officers confronted with them, ordered him to drop the knives. He would not comply to their wishes, and in the end, an officer fired 3 shots, striking the suspect, and he passed.
So there it is, Chief Brian Miller. A very sad situation on Ohio in Hessville. We'll have more details as they become available. Once again, it is being investigated by the Indiana State Police. What else is going on? Chief Miller was actually in here with Porter County Sheriff David Lane, who's in his last year of his 2 terms. And he actually has a future as a stand-up comedian. Just ask him, he'll tell you. But he came in here, we had a lot of fun, talking about 911 Slugfest. That'll be on April 5th of 2014. 13 cops versus 13 firemen, all to make money for Make-A-Wish Foundation. This whole thing will be on April 5th in the Hammond Civic Center. The big story, again, is the weather. It has been, by many accounts, by many old-timers' accounts, the worst winter in the Calumet region ever for many of these folks. And this is coming from people who have been around 70, 80 years. Part of it is the snow, part of it is the cold, part of it is the wind, and part of it is the duration. Here we are, February 17th. Miller and Lane, cops come in with Callahan, the firefighter, and they start talking at, say, 7:30. By the time they're done at 8:05, it is a complete whiteout in front of the station. They start out, it's almost sunny, and by 8:05, it's a complete whiteout in front of the station. That is going on as I'm filming this around 10:30 in the morning, and there's just a ton of snow coming down and slippery roads. It's very cold out, and it's just a dangerous situation once again. Also, we finished the show by having Ray Garcia Jr., and he brought in on his show The Eat. It's called Eat. We talk about food and food-related issues and so forth. But he brought in a really interesting guest, and his name is Jerry Ludwig. Jerry works for Gordon Food Service, and he is out there to analyze dining trends. We had some really good conversations about how to cook tongue, lengua, which I had no interest in whatsoever. But Jerry's telling about all the restaurants he's been going to in New York, LA, and then some in Chicago also. So there it is, another Monday. I was on the air for over 4 hours today, and I couldn't think of anywhere else I'd rather be, especially during another snowstorm. I'm Jim JEDsBlog, AM 1230 WJOB.